Good morning. All right, so you have been monitoring the Weather Service chat, Twitter. You've got all kinds of information coming at you. What's the latest?
Well, in a situation where it's snowing at the rate of 1 inch per hour.
Or more.
Or more, you're right. As you might imagine, there's a lot of turnover in the data. So the trend I'm seeing now is a 4 to 5 inch report being pretty common from around the Chesterfield Valley out to about Breeze, Illinois. So there's a stripe there where we're knocking on the 5-inch door, and you know what comes after that? 6 inches, and after that 7 inches. A couple of more specific ones for you. Vandalia on the Illinois side at 4 inches now. Potosi down in Washington County at about 3.5. But as soon as I report these, somebody jumps on Facebook and says, I don't know who measured that, because now I'm, so many inches higher than that. It's coming down very, very quickly.
Very, very quickly. Something else that's coming down is the temperature. So
Indeed,
I want to take a look at those this morning because they continue to drop. The colder air continues to spill south. We are down now to 19 in Bowling Green, 24 in Kirkwood, 29 in St. Genevieve, 25 in Potosi. The winds are ramping up. They're up to a 14 mile per hour sustained wind now in St. Louis. That is out of the north, and those winds will continue to get stronger as the morning progresses. Therefore, the wind chills will continue to drop too. Right now, this is what it feels like. Smithton 13, 10 in New Melle, 5 in Eolia, 10 degrees in Brighton. Owensville, your current wind chill 1 degree. Sky Tracker Doppler radar showing pretty much the same trend throughout the entire News 4 viewing area. Widespread, moderate, and in some cases heavy snow with reports anywhere from maybe a ½ inch an hour to 2 inches an hour on the high side where we get some of these brighter white bands. So check out our super predictor. I'm starting the clock at 10 a.m. Notice a heavy band of snow here tracking off to the northeast. By the time we get to noon, it looks like some of the heaviest over on the Illinois side, but this is still snowing at a pretty good clip around the rest of the News 4 viewing area at noon. By 3 p.m., we start to see things just beginning to wind down on the Missouri side. The snow should taper off in the metropolitan area roughly between 3 and 6 p.m. And then by the time we get toward 8 or 9 this evening, we are snow-free. For an update on how much snow we're talking about before all is said and done, let's check in with Matt for the latest.
Yeah, always an interesting time for us meteorologists here because you're keeping tabs on how much is on the ground. You're also keeping very close tabs on what the latest model projections are in terms of how much we're going to get overall. And we don't just rely on model projections. You can do that if you want. You can relay what the computer tells you. We like to really delve into the data a little more than that here. Factor in what's already happened, the way the radar's looking right now, the way we see things unfolding for the rest of the day. This still seems pretty legitimate, although, again, this 10-inch band may have to be broadened just a little bit, considering some of us within the next hour or so will be sitting at 6 inches on the ground already. But this is a wide range here. This darker blue, 6 to 10 inches, that would include Troy, Lake St. Louis, St. Peters, St. Charles, downtown St. Louis, up I-55 toward Litchfield, most of Macoupin and Montgomery County. And not to be left out, folks down to the southwest, they were the first to see this heavier band of snow move in around 5, 6 o'clock this morning. Rolla up towards Potosi, down to around Farmington. Again, right now, still looks like that 10-inch plus potential lies just to the south and east of St. Louis. Would it surprise me a bit if downtown St. Louis winds up with 10 inches out of this? No, it wouldn't. So we're going to keep close tabs on this. Again, continuing coverage right here until at least 11 o'clock this morning. And even if we do go off the air at that point, we'll continue to break into commercial breaks, let you know how things are looking here. By lunchtime, 16 degrees is the temperature. Still fairly steady snow across at least the southeastern half of the coverage area, if not everywhere. Wind chills 1 below. By 5 p.m., snow less of an issue here other than the blowing and the drifting. That's going to be an issue all night long, down to about 9 degrees there with a wind chill at 10 below zero, and it's not going to get warmer overnight. Can I make that any clearer? We'll be at 6 degrees at 9 o'clock this evening with a wind chill of 13 below. The blowing and drifting of snow is really going to be a problem for travelers and for the poor road crews. MoDOT and the Illinois Department of Transportation really going to have their hands full with this one all day and all night. This is the outlook for Monday. If you're thinking, boy, if we can just get through today. Well, that's true in terms of the snowfall, but not in terms of the temperature. I think our top temperature tomorrow afternoon will be 3 below zero. That is literally, and I hate to say this, it sounds like we're blowing it out of proportion, that's kind of a once-in-a-generation sort of day here in St. Louis. We haven't seen a high that cold. We haven't seen a high below zero since the late 80s here in St. Louis. And the wind chill, yikes, between 25 and 30 below for a good stretch of time from tonight through Monday into Tuesday morning as well. It's not until probably Tuesday afternoon that we climb back above 0. We climb up to about 17 for the high. Maybe a few flurries with some gusty winds tomorrow, but really the temperatures are the big story to kick off the work week. We'll finally hit the freezing mark again by hump day, but there's a chance of snow building back in then, wouldn't you know it? Maybe a chance of a rain-snow mix on Thursday and possibly a little bit more on Friday too, but temperatures will be moderating as we head into next weekend. So guys, really I think the tough part of today is the snow. The tough part that we have to deal with beyond that is the bitter cold, and that's not going to give up really until late in the day Tuesday.